Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we are going to be creating a still life with the corn that we painted last week. So you will get your corn back, and if you look behind me, I have a still life. We want to make our corn look like it's laying on a table. A still life is a picture, a drawing, or a painting of a still object. So it could be a vase of flowers, it could be a basket of fruit. In our case today, we're going to draw a table, and we are going to cut our corn out and make it look as if it's resting on the table. So let me show you how we're going to get started. The first thing that you are going to do is you are going to get a white sheet of paper. I will have you put your name on it before you go to your seat. And then you've got this basket of materials. So you're going to have markers, oil pastels, colored pencils, and crayons. And it's your choice as to what materials you want to use. You can use a combination of them. You can pretty much do this however you want. So the first thing that you are going to do is you are going to draw a line. I would put it maybe a little above the middle of your paper. So let me hold this up so you can see. So the middle of my paper would be about right here, and I'm putting it a little bit above the middle. And this is going to be the wall, and this is going to be the table. So now you're just going to pick the materials that you want to use, and you're going to decide what you want yours to look like. I think I might make mine look like a wooden table. So I'm going to draw some slats of wood, just like this. And I might put some little, where it looks like they're nails in my slats of wood. Okay, so I'm finished with my background. I wanted this to look kind of like a picnic table or a wooden table. And then this can either be the sky or it could be a blue wallpaper background. So remember, you're drawing your line. There's Kale, my son. You're drawing your line that shows the line between your table and either the wallpaper or the background. And the next thing that you need to do is cut out your corn. So one thing that I like to do before I cut it out is take my Sharpie and kind of go around the kernels. So if you notice, I'm not drawing a straight line. I'm kind of curving my line around the kernels that I painted, the dots that I painted last week. And this is going to make my corn look more like an organic shape, which corn is an organic shape. It is not a geometric shape. A geometric shape would be like a triangle, a circle, a square. All right, now I'm just going to cut out along the edge of my corn. Okay, so these are cut out, and if you'll notice, they're not cut out 100% perfectly. You can still see a little bit of the edge, and that's fine. They are cut out. Now, if you have two corns, you can glue both of them in, or you can just glue one. It's your choice. You can take one home with you today if you only glue one. But what I would do is I would place them in here and kind of get an idea of how you want them in your scene. So I like that. Now look, if you put it up here, it's going to look like it's floating in the air. So it needs to be under that line that you drew and on the table. If you get a glue stick that is empty, this one looks like it has glue, but it's really empty, just let me know and I will throw it out and get you a new one. Let me see if one of these will work. Okay, this one's good. So the way that you're going to glue, you are going to glue around the edge, outline right here, and then put an X in the middle, okay? You don't have to fill the whole thing up with glue. That just kind of wastes glue. Okay, and I'm going to press down really hard, really press it down or else it might come up, okay? Same thing on my little one. I am gluing all around. Now I am putting a good bit of glue around the edge. And I'm going to glue that one there. And now it is time for my husk. So if you painted your background last week, you could use that. Or I have plenty of these painted papers from last week. And all you're going to do, you are going to take your paper and you're going to tear strips. Kind of like this, except for you need them to be sort of long and skinny. So it may take a little bit of practice, but you're going to tear some paper strips. And you're going to need a couple for each piece of corn. After you've torn them, you're going to wad them up and crumple them up. So I'm wadding and crumpling, wadding and crumpling, wadding and crumpling. And you probably are going to need, I would say, 5 or 6 of these. I'm just going to do the ones that I crumpled to show you. So once you've crumpled them up, you can decide which, let's see, you can decide which side you want to show. Do you want that side to show? I kind of like the painted paper, so I'm going to let the painted paper show. And all I'm going to do is just put a little bit of glue. I'm going to peel this up a little bit and put a little bit of glue underneath here. And then stick these down. And they can kind of stick up. You don't have to glue the whole strip down. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here. And the same thing here. Okay, and then once I have enough of these, I may do one more. Put a little bit more glue. You have to watch how much glue you have. But once you have enough of them, then you're going to put one more strip of glue and glue your corn back down. Okay, and that would do the same thing for this one. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to glue my strips in, and I'll show you what it looks like. Then we'll add a shadow, and we will be done. Okay, so I'm nearly finished. I just need to add a shadow. One thing that you need to be careful of is you don't want your husk to go off the page really far, because we want these to be able to fit in a frame that fits this page. So if your husks are starting here and going out off the page this far, it's not going to really work out. Now, the very last thing that you're going to do, and you can take a black marker or you can take a black Sharpie, is you are going to add a shadow. And the way you want to do this, let me turn this kind of sideways, upside down so you can see what I'm doing. You want to start at the edge, and we're just going to do a thin shadow, very thin, but basically we're doing a kind of a thick black line, and we're going to go from one end of the corn to the other, just like this, okay? If you want to shadow where your husks are, you can do that. And then you're going to do that on this corn as well. This one is overlapping this one, so the shadow will come out from behind, but it won't be on top. So you've got to kind of know where it's overlapping. So we're just doing a shadow right there on the bottom of the corn. And I'm bringing my shadow up kind of around where the husk is. Okay, and that's going to look like that. Gives it a little bit of depth, makes it look a little bit more 3D. And if you want to, you could add some little, I wouldn't do many, but you can go in and kind of add some outlines between your kernels. So you'll be able to see this one when I'm finished, but I want us to get started, so I'm going to cut off the video and let y'all get to work.